There's a new bill on the agenda for New South Wales called the Climate Change Net Zero Future Bill 2023, which is another pedestrian name for a nightmare idea. It reads like the framework to an expensive prison dystopia future that will establish a Big Brother-style system of independent monitors for the 2030-2050 targets. What are your concerns for this bill for New South Wales?
Well, look, firstly, my concern is very fundamental. I don't believe that the science of global boiling is accurate. I think that this is a hysteria. And I think that this is sort of like carbon times 100. COVID times 100, okay? So it's just a madness. Now, last Friday and this Monday, I spent the whole day in a parliamentary committee hearing about, industry experts and scientists and everybody else, so-called scientists. And all these top people came in to talk to the parliamentarians about this net zero carbon bill. And most of them, Alexandra, said it doesn't go far enough. Now, these people were intelligent people that came in to be witnesses. And I have been, ever since Al Gore came along and, frightened everybody with global boiling about 15 years ago, I've been like, pulling my hair out saying, I can't believe people are so mad to think that we can change the weather. This is what the witch doctors used to do in very primitive societies. They say, oh, look, if you give me some money, the gods will give us a rain, or the gods will end the drought, or something like this, And that's what we are today. It's a 21st century of witch doctorism is global boiling. Now, the thing that struck me after these 2 full days of hearing from all these people, is these people are absolute fanatics. This is a religion for them. And it's, I think that a lot of people must think, oh, well, look, maybe these people go too far, but there must be something to it. No, I believe it's, I don't believe any of it's true. I don't believe we can change the weather through changing laws. And I think, look, this bill that's coming up, which of course I will oppose in the Parliament and I'll speak against it, but it'll probably get through because the stupid Liberal Party and the National Party will probably support it. It is just a feel-good piece of legislation. It doesn't actually do anything, okay? It just says, by 2050, New South Wales is going to be a net zero carbon economy, and by 2030, we're going to be 50% what we were in, the baseline, whatever that is, 2005, okay? So it doesn't actually, and then if we don't do that, okay, well then there doesn't seem to be any mechanism to enforce it. Thank God for that. So,
yeah, well, John, we used to throw virgins into volcanoes to change the weather. Now we're throwing our land cruisers into the volcanoes in the hope the same thing will happen. But the establishment of a net zero commission, which is part of this bill, sounds like it's on brand for another bureaucratic gravy train. And there's a whole stack of nonsense that's contained in this bill that's been submitted. For example, the bill proposes to stop global temperatures exceeding 2 degrees rising. Well, New South Wales can't do that. It wants to limit temperature increases around the world to 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels. Well, New South Wales can't do that. It states that there is a scientific consensus that humans are causing climate change. Well, no, that's not true either. And on it goes. John, what is this bill really trying to do? Is it just feel-good legislation, or is this about justifying major new government contracts with so-called green developers?
Well, look, it's everywhere. The global boiling nonsense, and you are right. You did identify there is some substance in this. They're setting up some new layer of bureaucracy, a new commissioner or something. Okay, which I'm sure they'll be getting on a very big salary, and they'll have a whole lot of staff around them, running around doing nothing. But look, I will say this about the Minns government here in New South Wales. Okay, look, it's not Dan Andrews. Okay, that's not Jacinda Ardern. They're not crazy left. The New South Wales Labor Party has always been far more centrist than the other state divisions of the Labor Party, and that is a good thing. So they are actually reversing some of the crazy global boiling things that the previous government did, thanks to Matt Kean. So I think that they are, but they've got to give their crazy base, the lefties out there, which are just going crazy about global boiling. The world's coming to an end, Alexandra, within 10 years. They've got to do something to keep their crazy base happy. The people that vote for the Greens and the Teals, they end up preferencing Labor. So this is Labor just keeping the nutters under control. That's what I believe is behind this legislation.